Match 80. Kumasogami vs. King Kong and Gorosaurus by Kenneth James.
Drums and chants rang through the islands as the natives prepared to appease the being they worshipped with a human sacrifice. A young girl was tied, unwavering, on the other side of the wall.
Hey
She knew
guys, let's start talking so we can delay Grayshaw from his phone call. What do you guys think?
No!
she knew
Oh,
Kong and
Italian girl.
yeah, apparently that's me. You guys tied me out so I can't make the phone call.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. She knew Kong had taken the other girls before her to his lair, never to return, but they didn't know if he consumed them or simply cared for them as dolls. Regardless, to her, appeasing Kong was more important than her own life.
I don't
God,
know
that
about
would
you
be-
guys, but I want to see King Kong's doll collection.
That's immediately what I thought of. It's gonna be like Psycho. It's not gonna be like, oh, it's so they're all in their mid-condition boxes. No, this is gonna be like they're all like on the shelf, like nothing but skeletons, and he's just like, and this one's Betsy, and this one's Susie.
Yeah. New headcanon.
Ran away
King
so many
Kong's doll
times.
collection.
This one's Grayshot.
However,
Wow,
as she
they have
stood,
articulation.
waiting for the roars emitting from the other side of the island to reach her chained form, the ground before her began to split and tear apart. Flames and brimstone emitted from the depths of the earth. As she stared in terror, the massive magma-like... technically, that is lava, because magma is underneath the earth. Lava is above ground, so just making a
So
little
is
note there.
Deskador also part of this match because he's opening up the gates of hell right now?
Yes.
That is possible. Magma-like form of Kumasogami tore his way from the underworld. The demonic beast had once had such sacrifices given to him, but that civilization died out long ago, probably due to no birth rate. It'd been long since he'd tasted such blood. As the woman screamed, Kumasogami reached down to take this sacrifice for himself, only to be interrupted by a fierce roar bellowing from behind him. The titanic demon turned, only to see the native object of worship tear through the foliage before him. Kong charged out of the forest surrounding his island, bellowing in rage. I just want to make note, at least we know Kong is not one of those that just like hides in the closet and watches from, far. I'm just saying. We know this for a fact. He adored human women. He wasn't sure why, but having them in his presence gave him joy, and he cared for them, even defended them from the inhabitants of the island. And while
So is he
this
a pedophile? Wow. Is he technically a pedophile then?
No, that's the people of young age. I'm not sure what, going after people that are very small to you. But
That's
Yeah.
more
You
like
think about it.
microphilia.
yes, thank you.
Well, if you think about how old Kong is, it technically kind of is that though.
And while this wasn't an inhabitant of his world, he wouldn't allow his offering to be taken without a fight. The massive gorilla beat his chest in fury, roaring at the top of his mighty lungs, preparing for battle. Pass.
Oh, thank God.
Kumasogami roared his challenge and prepared himself for a fight. Kong was first to charge, Kumasogami holding his ground. The fire demon swiped at Kong, but the intelligent behemoth ducked under its swipe and bashed him hard in the side, sending Kumasogami to the ground with a resonating thud that echoed throughout the island. Kong quickly reached down and tore the chains off of his offering, allowing her to run as he turned his attention back to his demonic rival. Kumasogami rose slowly to his feet, surprising at the intelligence and brute strength he was now up against. The demon morphed his hand into a sword as he approached King Kong, swinging the blade fiercely. Kong saw the assault coming and sidestepped the blade, only to receive a fist to his face. The blazing skin of the demonic titan burning his skin and fur. Kumasogami was quick to swing his sword around once more, Kong barely stepping out of its lethal path, but getting a bleeding scratch across the torso and grunting in pain. It's just a flesh wound, only a scratch. Kumasogami seemed pleased to draw first blood, the movie trademark, and swung his sword at Kong repeatedly, the primate barely managing to evade the other deadly assault. Finally, Kumasogami managed to back Kong against one of the nearby mountains and swung, preparing to slice Kong's skull open. However, the massive ape swung his hands up, catching the blade between them, much to Kumasogami's shock. Before
Wait,
Kumasogami...
don't you mean slicing Kong's skull island open?
Anyway, before Kumasogami could counter with a retort, Kong, in a massive display of force, snapped the blade in two, causing Kumasogami to roar in pain. Kong, despite the lava-like blood and flesh of the demon burning his hands, was quick to trust the half a sword like a dagger. Trust. I think Kong has a very strong sense of trust that this plan will work. I am just saying. Cutting the
It is possible.
So, is every time the word magma gonna pop up, you're just gonna play a recording of Grayshaw saying lava?
No, I'm too lazy for that kind of editing. Cutting the screaming devil across the chest, spilling molten blood. Kumasogami's pained roars quickly changed to fury as his hands reformed, and he managed to catch Kong's wrist, burning the gorilla's fur and forcing him to drop his weapon. Kumasogami quickly tossed the ape aside, forming the fingers on one hand into a set of arrows and the other hand into a bow. Kong rose, only to see Kumasogami put his arrows to the bow and open fire. The first of the arrows struck Kong in the chest, sending off an explosion that sent Kong staggering back. A secondary blast detonated shortly after, toppling the Titan into the forest. The devil beast refused to let up and fired into the trees around Kong's prone form, igniting them aflame and doing the same to Kong's fur. Kong screamed in agony, quickly getting up and trying to put out the flames engulfing his fur by any means possible. As Kong did this, Kumasogami prepared another arrow, this time at Kong's face. However, before he could fire, another roar erupted from the forest behind him. The irritated tyrant turned to the new challenger, only to be greeted by a massive headbutt to the gut, toppling him to the ground. Pass.
Gorosaurus roared in a feral rage at the new threat. He had no love for Dong. They were fierce rivals. But lighting the forest, the relic dinosaur called Home was asking for trouble.
Match where Kong let Gorosaurus live.
Huh?
No, I asked if they're still on the giant plot island with the giant river in it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. It was more than that, though. Dong had spared his life before, having defeated him many times, but never killing him. Gorosaurus, despite not being as intelligent as Dong, was still smart enough to have a sense of honor and to return the favor. Gorosaurus roared in fury and lashed out with his toothy maw, sinking his jaws into the stunned demon's shoulder. But to the dinosaur's surprise, he was not met with blood, but molten lava. Gorosaurus recoiled in agony, spitting out burning magma as it scorched his mouth. Actually, it's lava. Kumasogami was quick to rise and form his hand back into a sword, swinging it at Gorosaurus, slashing a deep gash across the dinosaur's chest, and sending him backpedaling. His predatory instinct triggered by his own blood, Gorosaurus was quick to swing around, smashing his tail into Kumasogami Gidon's head. Staggering the demonic beast. Before Kumasogami could recover, Gorosaurus lunged out and clamped his jaws down on the demon's arm, shaking it like a rabid dog. Kumasogami roared in absolute agony.
This hurts. Please stop doing that. It really hurts.
Gorosaurus refusing to release his grip despite the molten blood burning away at his jaws. Kumasogami thrust his sword through Gorosaurus' shoulder, erupting out the back in a spurt of blood. Gorosaurus roared in agony, being forced to relinquish his grip and allowing Kumasogami, Kumasogami to slash him across the side, drawing more blood.
I
Enraged,
will allow you to mortally wound me. I guess Gorosaurus is really suicidal then.
In this one, yeah.
Kong doesn't ever kill him, that's why. He set it up above. Kong never kills him.
Yeah, you wanted to join Baragon and Titanosaurus and all the fun?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
No wonder Gorosaurus is Kong's bitch. Enraged, Gorosaurus stood up on his tail, startling Kumasogami. What happened next did so even more. Kumasogami found himself launched through the air and slamming hard into the ground by Gorosaurus' infamous kangaroo kick. The demon moaned.
Oh.
His chest plate cracked, cracked and bleeding from the assault. As the demonic beast rose to his feet, Gorosaurus charged once more. Only this time, Kumasogami raised his hands, morphing them into a bow and arrow once more and fired, blasting Gorosaurus in the chest, toppling the mighty dinosaur to the ground with a roar of agony. Content that Gorosaurus was down for the count, Kumasogami turned his evil eyes to Kong, who had finally put out the flames but was laying on the ground, panting in pain and exhaustion. The demonic beast
Fuck, this
raised
hurts.
The demonic beast raised his weapons, intent to put Kong out of his misery. But he's gonna do to Kong what he wouldn't do to Gorosaurus. But as the arrows fired through the air, Gorosaurus, refusing to allow Kong sparing his life to go unrewarded, used his powerful legs to launch forwards and intercept the arrows.
Man, he really wants to die, doesn't he?
Look
Kong
what
booted
happened.
him.
Pass.
Kong watched in surprise as Gorosaurus took the deadly hits, his chest blowing open from the impact. Watched in horror as Gorosaurus gave out one last roar of misery. Not misery, one last roar of happiness. And took the ground, finally dead.
Wow, Gorosaurus did way less than Baragon did in 56.
I think he did a
Well,
little
he did.
more.
He did.
He did a little more.
He
Like,
did
he
a
actually
little.
fought.
Yeah, but he did more than Baragon.
He didn't do as much as Manoa.
Kong curled his lips up in fury, getting to his feet and roaring in fury.
Wow,
Again,
way to be redundant.
beating his chest at the murder of one of his subjects in fury.
Don't you mean one of his bitches?
Gorosaurus' sacrifice was not in vain.
You mean Fury?
Was not in fury. Sacrifice, he just wanted to die. Kumasogami scoffed. Did this stupid beast think he'd fare any better? As Kumasogami raised his bow and arrow, the sounds of drums and chanting filled his ears. He looked over to the wooden wall, seeing the villagers watching from the mountains and the wall, cheering their gods on. Kumasogami then noticed that suddenly, filled with clouds and thunder roared.
In fury.
In fury, yes. Suddenly, a fury-filled bolt of lightning tore through the sky, striking down onto the furious Kong.
Oh no, it's a Deus Ex Machina.
Hooray!
Yes. I did not know villagers can summon lightning. Furious, Kumasogami watched as the lightning did not seem to harm the great ape. In fact, it seemed to make him even more furious.
Don't you mean Too Furious?
Hey.
Fast and Too Furious?
Too fast, too furious.
As more furious lightning bolts cast into his furious hide. His fury-filled muscles bulging and lightning crackling about his furious form.
Gosh darn it.
When the when the bolt stopped, Kong charged with unheard of fury.
With unheard of fury?
God damn, this guy really likes Fury.
Yes,
It's not
Of
like some
course.
of it's inserted or anything. I'm just saying.
yes. Kumasogami tried to calm down his progress with a barrage of arrows. But the massive ape waded through furious, with lightning coursing through his skin, detonating the arrows before they made contact. Kong reached Kumasogami, forcing the devil to revert his hand, and not having enough time to morph it into a sword, tried to punch Kong, but on contact, he found himself shocked by thousands of furious volts of electricity. Kumasogami recoiled in agony, allowing the furious Kong to slam his electrically charged fist into the demon's face, launching him backwards through the air, past the giant river, and into the side of a mountain. Kumasogami couldn't believe it. The mortal before him had completely turned the tables by being too fast and too furious for him. Now it was him who couldn't touch his opponent, and was at their fury. Unfortunately, Kong had way too much furiousness for him. Enraged ape swung his arms up, brought them down full force into Kumasogami's chest, discharging thunder and causing Kumasogami to roar in agony. Kong quickly pulled his fist back up and delivered another hammer-like smash, cracking Kumasogami's chest. A third slam sent a spurt of lava-like blood spurting from
Uh-oh,
Kumasogami.
look who's here! Look who's here! Who are you,
Sent-
kind stranger?
Hmm?
There's a stranger in this chat.
Yeah, her name's Harley.
No, I thought it was Delta.
Oh,
no,
you
it's
changed the
Harley.
picture
It's
again.
Harley.
I'm
You
joking.
changed the picture
Hello,
again, okay.
fellow young cool kaiju kid.
All right, let's continue.
You're missing
reading.
all
You'll
the
get to
you're
read
missing all
81,
this
Harley.
furious
You'll get to
Kong
read
action
81.
here.
Yeah,
Missing all this
Kong's
furious Kong
hilarious.
action, Harley. Kumasogami.
Yeah. Missed all this con action.
Hey, you missed the dong.
Yes. Okay.
What a tragedy.
Slam sent a spurt of lava-like blood spurting from Kumasogami's mouth. The devil tried in vain to counter-attack with his sword. Wait, he still has hands. He didn't transform into a sword yet. Only for Kong to catch the weapon and wrench Kumasogami's arm with unearthly furious strength. Further pain coming from the voltage coursing into his demonic. Finally, with a sickening crack, Kumasogami's arm was sent flying through the air, crashing into the ground in the distance from Kong's furious strength, and the wound Gorosaurus had torn in it earlier. The demon roared in agony, staring at the bleeding stump where his arm once was, as the dead Baragon called 911 in the background. Before the devil could hope to recover, Kong wrapped his arms around his waist, picked him up off the ground, and kidnapped him from the fight. Still furious at him.
Don't you mean
Kumasogami is
Kong wrapped his arms around his waist, picked him off the ground, and loving him with all his fury?
Pleasing him with all this furious love. There you go.
Kumasogami.
Now I'm just imagining King Kong hauling Kumasogami over his shoulder and climbing the nearest tallest structure.
Of course, because he killed his.
No wait, Kong is gonna
That's
put
good
Kumasogami in
Gorosaurus.
his doll collection.
Yeah.
Kumasogami cried out in fury, flailing furiously. One arm was gone, the other pinned to his body by the ape's massive girth. He was defenseless, gone up his Papa Bear hug, electricity discharging into the demon along with the fury force. Kumasogami roared out as lava spurted out from his maw, his internal structure practically imploding from the force being exerted. Finally, Kumasogami's strength, struggling, ceased furiously, his body going furiously limp.
Yeah, Kong really likes it rough, doesn't he?
He's very furious.
Yes.
Kong reared up and slammed Kumasogami's limp body, quote-unquote body, into the forest floor with with unheard
With unheard of
of
fury.
force. Oh, okay, yeah, definitely, that makes more sense. Shaking the entire island furiously, Kong panted, looking down at Kumasogami's corpse as the eyes faded furiously, his entire body going furious. Kong reared back with a furious roar before slamming his fist down on the slab of furious stone that used to be the god of Kumasogami Kingdom. His great strength caused
Furiously.
into a
Furiously.
shower of stone. The demon's severed head landed
Furiously.
before him. Dong
Furiously.
looked over the cranium of the demon furiously before it had one last furious insult, stopping furiously on it and reducing it furiously to dust. This book completely
There you
furiously
go.
depended. Kong furiously
Really quick,
reared back
he never
Fiercely
closed
beat
his
his chest.
crevice to hell, did he?
and fiercely giving a primal roar of victory. When he fiercely finished, he looked fiercely over his shoulder fiercely at fiercely Gorosaurus' body, bowing his head fiercely at his rival, who'd given
Not
him
rival, his pet.
His bitch.
Yes.
his sex slave.
His entertainment.
Hi, Mark.
Wait,
How's
I
your
just
sex
want to.
life?
Sensing his furiousness, Kong's worshippers sent a large number of Fast and the Furious 2 copies of DVDs to drown those sorrows in. Kong was quick to accept, and even quicker to find himself in a drunken, furious slumber. Winner,
Fury
Dawn.
Kong.
Winner Furious Dawn.
Furious Dong. Yes. Winner King
So
Kong.
I just want to say
God
something real
damn,
quick.
that guy really likes Furies.
So Descador never closed that crack to hell.
Nope. As far as
So
we're
did he
concerned,
just
it's
watch?
still there.
Did he? Yes. Did he just watch his best friend Kumasogami die?
Yep.
I thought Orochi was Kumasogami's best friend.
Wait,
They had a
did he
sitcom
just
together.
watch his master Kumasogami die while his other master Orochi was also watching?
Yes.
Well, to be fair, demons don't actually care for each other. I'm just throwing that out there right now. Anyway, the match itself, I'll say, I guess I'll go first. The match itself, I say it's it doesn't do anything particularly new. The lightning bit's a little out of nowhere, but I don't feel like it takes away from anything. It's just it's not really anything too noteworthy. I will say it is kind of nice to see how Gorosaurus this is probably one of the few times where Gorosaurus, kind of like actively gives his life to save Kong and all that. And I do kind of like the usage
Furiously.
yeah, furiously gave his life for Kong. That's a very dedicated mindset. But
Well, I thought he would have been happy to give his life.
No, he wanted to die. Remember? He wanted
Yeah,
to die
he
along
wanted to
Baragon.
die.
He was furiously suicidal.
yeah, and yeah, I do kind of like the part where it's like there was clear, like Kumasogami's clearly a little bit more physical repellent, so it's like Gorosaurus bites him, it burns his mouth and the like. So it is nice to see that in action.
Yeah, too much of that Taco Bell hot sauce could kill you.
yeah.
Okay, I got a story about that. Just really quick.
That'll be for behind the scenes, Harley. Harley, that'll be for behind the
Okay,
scenes.
cool.
I'm just saying.
Good. All right.
All right.
Just saying.
But so yeah, tune in for
Calm
that when
down,
that comes
Harles.
out. But anyway, this is a solid match. It doesn't do anything too new. It's kind of what you expect, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's written well. It's decently intense, and Gorosaurus, although he didn't do as much as I'd hoped for, he still does enough, I feel. But
He does less than Paragon.
I wouldn't go
Yeah.
that far, but a little bit more King Kong Gorosaurus team up emphasis would have been nice. So.
Yeah, I agree with that. It feels like Gorosaurus was more of a martyr tool than he was a legitimate combatant.
Yeah.
Like he was only there to make King Kong mad
Yeah.
that he died.
Yeah.
No, he was
Seriously?
only there to make King Kong furious.
My mistake.
Uh-huh.
There's a big difference.
But did anyone else have anything to say? Joe, did you have anything to expand on? Besides Dong?
I will have to say, I will have to add this. I like seeing the natives be involved. I thought that was a nice little touch.
Wait, the natives being bald when?
Bald?
Involved.
Oh, involved. I thought he said bald.
Like,
Yeah,
sexual. Well, JVC, when you say involved, do you mean like sexually?
Both.
That is a
Don't
fair
remember.
point too. That is a fair point too. The fact that the
They
They got
neighbors
him
were.
drunk. They,
They did roofie him.
Mhm.
I
they used...
like.
Yes?
I was gonna say, I like I like the dynamic of, even though Gorosaurus isn't exactly like the nicest and a troublemaker, he's still Kong to him still sees him as his subject, and therefore he will protect him too. I really like that.
Which
I
is
really
a
like
more
it,
polite
even-
version of saying his bitch.
Mm-hmm. I really like that Kong treats everyone on his island as, someone to protect, even if he's literally fighting him.
Mhm. Right.
Even if he killed his best friends.
Yeah.
Nagoda, did you have anything to expand on?
Okay. One thing I really like is the Gorosaurus image used in the banner. It looks really nice.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
it does.
we can talk about the
And then
banner,
you
which
look
is.
And then you look at Kong and he's like, what the? Why is he greenish? And then Kumasogami looks like he's got kind of sticks out a bit in the darkness.
To be fair,
Yeah, only
everybody's
Gorosaurus looks good.
Uh-huh.
And he's the one who
Although,
didn't do
to be fair-
anything.
rare that Kong actually looks good due to how awful that suit is.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like a pretty good full body shot though.
Yeah, I will admit, the banner is composed nicely. Though I will admit there are probably some contrast or darkening you could have done, or coloring for that matter, that could have been done to make it look much more natural. Like you guys said, Kumasogami looks a bit stick-outish just because he's all red in the
He's too red.
Yeah, he's too red in this bluish environment. It's like there should have been a little bit more blue on like the head area. I mean, like the bottom half is nice because he's coming up from the depths of hell and all that, but yeah, he could have used more blue as you go up his body, I feel.
I think I know the real reason why Kumasogami went up
Why?
onto Kong's island. Because Orochi sent him to go get some more soma juice to get drunk.
Of course, of course. Assuming it doesn't evaporate first, I'm just saying.
Yes.
Lava blood will do that.
Yes. He went to get some soma juice and ended up finding a girl.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alex, did you have anything to expand on? Banner, match?
All I'll say about this match is that it made me furious.
Alright, I assume Greyshot is still on, doing his thing, so...
Good.
Uh,
That is the best thing I've
Right.
ever heard.
With all that said, this has been Match 80, and we will see you guys next time for the season finale of Season 5 for Match 81. That's right, I ended it there.
It's not the
Woo!
series finale.
Not
we still have
series
to keep
finale,
doing
that won't be for a while.
we still
I've
have to keep doing
been
this
I've
crap
been
for a while.
waiting. I've been waiting for this.
See you guys
I
next
don't
time
wanna-
for Match 81.
Wait, no, I
Don't
don't
forget
want
me.
this to continue. I want this to be canceled,
Too
please.
bad.
No.